Hey y'all, it's NormieNick, and welcome to this week's Set Point. Go over this week's competitive fighting game community news, events, and things that happen. So, enjoy. Alright, starting things off this week, we had Street Fighter League. We're starting to get to the very end of Street Fighter League. You know, points are mattering a lot, even the little tiny points. You know, we only got 3 more weeks after this. This is a recap of week 7. First up, we had Shopify Rebellion versus FlyQuest. Now, last time they played, FlyQuest did get the 40 bomb, but Shopify came in a little bit different. They changed the strategy. They put Do in first, then Dual Kevin put some really strong players to the very front, make sure they're securing those points. Knuckle Do went with the Cameo over Guile against Psycho's Kimberly. Do used Cammy's footsies well, and while Psycho got 3 reversal supers correct, it just wasn't enough, and Do won the early 10 points for Shopify. Next, we had Dual Kevin and Chris CCH. Dual Kevin laid it down, going 4 rounds straight over Chris CCH. She played a lot more aggressive than usual, and it was the right call. You can see here, he's drive rushing in. Got a little messed up there, but you know, that's just how it is sometimes. So we got 20 points for Shopify, and then Safe comes in. Now, Safe has really not had that great of a season so far. He hasn't won a set yet. He's won games, but we haven't seen too much of him. But Safe kind of looking pretty dominant in these first couple of games. So Punk started off the match with Akuma, who he won CO with earlier this year. And Punk only has lost 1 set this season, while Safe, like we said before, hasn't won a set yet. Safe takes game 1 and ends game 2 with the perfect. It was looking like Safe's gonna win this, and then in game 3, Punk switched to Cammy and didn't even lose a single round. So Punk brings it back, tied up 20-20 for FlyQuest. So here's a couple things that happened here. This is pretty sick. So DP, Safe calls out the Demon Flip with this crazy combo conversion. Ugh, that was nasty. Here's another highlight. So this is the perfect that Safe got. So Punk at half health. Just a heavy punch. Try to do spacing trap. Gets the confirm. Throw loop. Guess. Okay, Punk techs. Oh, and there's the whiff. Oh man. Yeah, and Punk was like, man, I'm not gonna have this happen again. Do stepped up to do the mirror match in the tiebreaker against Punk, and after a misinput on cannon spikes, Punk takes advantage, gets the win, gets the momentum, and takes the extra 5 points for FlyQuest. So check this out. This was the Dude's on the left there. Punk jumps in, and then the DP became level 1. Done that so many times, so shout out to Do and Shopify. 20-25, getting some points, staying in the game. All right, next up, we had Cloud9 versus Bandits. So this is really fun to watch. I don't know why, I know Boost is gonna play meta, and after seeing them at World Warrior, you know, it's gonna be a really fun game. So Lex versus Zen. After losing game 1, Zen ended up switching from DJ to his Bison. Zen overextended just a bit too much, and Lex was able to get the first 10 points for Cloud9. The next we had JB versus Kaba, and JB gets a clean 2-0 over Kaba. Second game was pretty tight, but Kaba dropped his game-winning combo, getting another 20 points for Cloud9. This is it. Gonna win the game, and then drops it. Hate to see it. Dual Kevin level 2, and chips out for the win. Good stuff. All right, lastly, my favorite set of the night, Boost versus Mena RD. So Boost wins 3-0 over Mena. Boost played calculated and had an answer for just about everything, getting a huge 40 bomb for Cloud9. This highlight was this crazy. Look at this, check this out. So this is like something straight out of the Matrix. So Mena gets the combo, sets up the function, right? Jumps, dodges everything, backdashes, burns Meta out. Nasty. He goes on to win the round. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, and you're dead. Ooh. So lastly, we had Red Rooster versus Fighting Spirit. First up, we had Brutus versus Oil King, and Brutus actually finally gets his first win of the week. Both players played pretty lame for most of the match, And just like we saw Mena do last week, Brutus baited Oil King's OS reversal on the Dry Brush level 1. You can see him pop off there, and very well deserved. Ajax versus NL. So Ajax kept up Red Rooster's momentum, taking game 1 of the set over NL. But NL picked up on Ajax's approach and brought it back 2-1 for Fighting Spirit. All right, last up, we had Uriel versus DCQ. And Uriel is just one of the most fun Ken players to watch because he plays like this Unga online Ken, but really good. Not saying he's Unga, I'm just saying that kind of very aggressive, in your face. You don't think he's going to do something and he does it. It's always impressive. But DCQ, even though Uriel was able to secure an early win on the set, DCQ switched from Bison to JP and it was pretty much over for Red Rooster. So here's the standings for week 7 at the end of the matches. Number 1, we had Fighting Spirit, still in the lead with 200 points. FlyQuest not too far behind with 190. Cloud9 with 170, also not far behind. Bandits, 140, probably the lowest of the and the biggest spread of that top 4. But then check out Shopify Rebellion, only 20 points away from Bandits. If Shopify can get some early wins, or get some big wins and get some points on the board, that's gonna do a lot. And Red Rooster, they got some points, but not enough. So, going on, we had more European Tekken Cup. I don't see a lot of people talking about this. It's really cool. There's a lot of money involved in this, and I guess it is just for Europe, you know. But there's some really good Europe players. We've seen a lot of Tetsu from Germany, and Daniel Mato actually ended up winning this bracket. So winners finals was Daniel Mato versus Hexmark, a Paul player. Each game went to final round. Daniel Mato won with 3-0. We actually saw a good amount of Pauls in this bracket. Hex Mato, and then another Italian player, Ernie Bowl, rocking the classic Paul costume here. Pretty sick to see. So Tetsu lost and just kind of speed ran, went going all the way back to grand finals, but Daniel Mato ended up winning that grand finals, going 3-2 over Tetsu. We also had a couple Spaniards that came over. Lane and Tibetino got 5th and 6th place, and then Switzerland's own Chucky Z and French Yoshi Main Kachimere got 7th and 8th. So it's probably Kachimere, something like that. I've been practicing my French. So based on this week's results, Ernie Bowl from Italy and Lane from Spain are now in the running to play in the finals of the European Tekken Cup. Here's the scores right here. I'll have this in the link too, so you can kind of take a look at it. European Tekken Cup will be taking a bit of a break this week because we have a Tekken World Tour Finals coming up, and that's going to be just a huge event. We'll talk about that a bit more later. European Tekken Cup is going to return next weekend with Ender Zone of Revolution 4 in Madrid. So, in speaking of Tekken World Tour, Tekken came out and stated that there will be no character season 2 reveals at the event. A couple Tekken fans are speculating that we may see something at the Game Awards on December 12th. And personally, I'm hoping to also see some King of Fighters and Fatal Fury news too, because we haven't heard much from that. In the course of a week, Capcom announced and released what they called a minor balance patch with universal changes to sweep and throws, as well as tweaks to every character in the roster. Some maybe might say the major updates for a lot of characters. While it's hard to tell how the tiers of the game will be, some of the early winners were Rashid, Kimberly, Terry, Luke, Ryu, and maybe Jamie. It seems like Jamie players can't agree if he got buffed or nerfed, or how significant his changes are with his dry brush on drink. And Rashid is the winner just because he just didn't get touched. And then some of the losers we can see were Cammy, Ed, and Bison. So you can check out the full balance patch notes here. The link will be in the blog post that we'll make. And also, if you haven't gotten it yet, get your free EX Bison color, classic Capcom colors in Alpha 2. You have to unlock Alpha 2 so you can pay the whatever V-Bucks or do the World Tour mission, which you have to get really far in World Tour for. So that's the code if you want it. Claim it, it's free. Same code, it doesn't expire for anything. Next, we've got a new class of World Warriors joining Capcom Cup 11. This is before the patch was released. There's a couple going on. This is recorded on Tuesday. Gonna be finals happening tomorrow, some regional finals, so Godspeed to them. But first up, our World Warrior from the South Korea region finals, we've got NL, who won over Emperor's Ken. NL got 4th place in last year's Capcom Cup, and Capcom Cup 11 will be his 3rd. Some of NL's other highlights are getting 3rd at the Esports World Cup this year, getting 5th at EVO, and then winning Combo Breaker in 2018 and winning Street Fighter League US in 2022. His team on Street Fighter League US this year, Fighting Spirit, is currently in 1st place. He mained Luke in Season 1 and is currently maining Akuma. I know, fun fact, he's also a really great KOF 98 player. So I put this in a blog post a couple weeks ago when the Middle East World Warrior event number 4 happened, and Big Bird ended up winning qualifying 3 points. But I figured I'd just do, if you don't know Big Bird or just some things about him, here's Big Bird. And so while qualifying with enough points by week 4, Big Bird officially gets his ticket to Capcom Cup. If you didn't know, Big Bird is one of the 2 birds coming out of the Middle East. The other one being Angry Bird, who won the first Street Fighter 6 EVO. Big Bird has a record of being a part of winning teams in Street Fighter League and has gotten 2nd place at EVO 2 times. This will be Big Bird's 6th Capcom Cup, and with his Rashid not receiving any changes in the latest patch, he's sure to have a strong performance this year. The next, out of UK Ireland, not Ending Walker, Bluesky. One of UK's best FGC creators, Bluesky, won the UK Ireland regional final with his Aki. Back in the Street Fighter 5 days, he was an Oro main and continues to be a lab monster and shares tech on his popular YouTube channel. In 2022, his team won the first Street Fighter League Europe. This will be his first Capcom Cup from what I could find, and I'm sure he's going to document his old journey preparing over the next couple months. Next up, winning Spain is the Chilean living abroad, Deaver. Lucas Caldeon. He gets this by, he's 20 years old, and he's gonna be coming in hot with maybe the Ed got nerfed, so we'll see. Then out of Asia South, we have C. Anik from Bangladesh, who won the Asia South regional final with his Chun-Li. Also played some Akuma I saw in some clips of his World Warrior, and this is gonna be his 2nd Capcom Cup. Street Fighter 6 is his first Street Fighter. Anyways, qualifying from points in the Super Region from France, Monaco, for France, Kills You from France qualifies for Capcom Cup with this Cammy through points. This will be his 2nd Capcom Cup. And a fun fact about Kills You, he's also got multiple championships in Konami's eFootball series, if you're familiar with it. GG Halabil from Germany will be going to his 2nd Capcom Cup after winning the Germany regional finals. He's been playing Street Fighter since the Street Fighter 4 days and is hoping to get out of his pool in Capcom Cup this year. He made a whole post of all of his goals and everything. Pretty cool. So next we have what I like to call Round Robin. It's all the news that really didn't fit anywhere else, but we want to talk about. It's been a hiatus for a bit with the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour. Yes, with that crazy patch, they were in the middle of a world tour, a very competitive world tour. They're having their last chance qualifier. So it's going to be in Los Angeles, California. You can register through the Start GG link. I'll put that in the blog. The deadline to register is going to be January 3rd, and yeah, I'll have the link there. So if you're a FighterZ fan, that's for you. Mortal Kombat, they're going to have their pro competition 2025. It was officially been announced this week and revealing that the first event is going to be February 22nd through 23rd, 2025 in Mexico City. Australia bans Hunter x Hunter and Impact. So sorry for those of you that under. The Australian Classification Board, which I guess is like the ESRB, they rate the games, marked the game refused classification, and the game cannot be bought or sold in the country. The board did not list the reason why. Some people are speculating from the Event Hub's post that it's just because children are going to meet up. I'm reading the manga right now. It's very, very violent. Like, people die all the time. Like, they're not just like knocked out like Batman got them. It's like, no, they're dead. Those of you heading to see Otaku, like I am, we've got our stream schedule and bracket lineup kind of all set up and out. So if you're planning on being there, make sure you can be at the venue when your pools begin. So like on Friday, if you check this out, the earliest pools on Friday start at 4 p.m. And kind of shifting over to Tetris the Grandmaster 4 Absolute Eye is officially revealed. It's going to be offline only, so no online multiplayer. I think just the online multiplayer, or the multiplayer for Tetris Grandmaster 2 is going to be stuck in Fightcade as the only version of multiplayer that people like. We don't know how much is going to be in this. I know Grandmaster 3 has got some funky stuff with its items and multiplayer, so you'll have to catch this game at your local if you want to play with other folks. But really cool to see. Very, very, very iconic Tetris game if you're a Tetris fan. All right, and then officially revealed that Esports World Cup will be returning next year, summer 2025. You see some of the champions right there. This next segment is Here Comes a New Challenger, with all the upcoming events and news that are happening. The biggest thing, Tekken World Tour Global Finals. It's going to be a 4-day event starting December 5th through 8th. It's going to be in Japan time. So if you're in the West, wake up, have your coffee, watch your finals, because that's when it's going to be. Bright and early. But yeah, it's going to be a big celebration. No character announcement. It's going to be hype though. Best players, Tekken players in the world, and there's a lot of them. The pools are big. The next we have just a ton of World Warriors. I'm just going to put this list up here. This is from Wikipedia. Incross shout out keeps track of all of these here. So these are the dates. They're going to be in the link to below. If you go on Wikipedia, you can click on these, get to Start GG, find the streams of where they're happening. Notable ones. This US, Canada is going to be crazy. Asia East, Japan, China. I'm not sure who other players are in China that aren't qualified yet. Maybe Zhaohai? I don't know if the players from Taiwan compete in China as well. You win. Thanks for reading. Thanks for watching. This is the first set point I'm doing live on stream, and I'm going to continue to stream 7 p.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and playing some fighting games on there. Come on in and check it out if you couldn't make it today. Here's the stream. Stream now. Twitch.tv/NormieNick. YouTube channel. Gotta subscribe. Hit that subscribe. Like the video if you found something useful, or follow my Bluesky account. I'm on there. I've got my own custom domain. That's right. I'm fancy like that. I just tweet, And lastly, for what I like to call bonus stage, I just like to feature a creator or just something cool I found throughout the week. And this is Desk's patch notes video. I just love watching these. I just feel that there's like celebration of what Street Fighter is. They're always so awesome to watch. And so he goes through every character and some of their patch changes. I think Aki is just kind of a silly combo, not really too functional. But yeah, check that out. That link's going to be in the description in the blog post as well. So yeah, thanks for watching this, and GG's.